Other interesting political news, you have Brandon Herrera, aka the AK guy, saying that he is open to be positioned as the head of the ATF, which, for those who don't know, Brandon Herrera is I was going to say, an icon of Texas. He's a firearms manufacturer, as well as he does a lot of things for the Second Amendment, including raising funds for a couple of the nonprofits, as well as actually going to DC and educating them on firearm policies and fighting for the Second Amendment. Now, this comes straight from his profile, and I've got some reactions as well. He says, quote, I know I make a lot of jokes, but let me be perfectly clear. I am perfectly willing and able to serve in any capacity I could help, hashtag real Donald Trump, drain the swamp that is the ATF. It should have got more. Should have got more views than this, but it did get 762,000 views and 43,000 likes. How did I not like this already? Go ahead and like that right there. Another friendly reminder to click that like button. Now, one of the first responses comes from Firearm Policy Coalition, and I forget what movie it is, Jack Black, but he's just nodding yes and very happily, getting 1,000 likes, which, yeah, I was going to say, the NRA used to do a lot of things for the Second Amendment. Not so much these days. That's why I always tell people, Gun Owners of America and Firearm Policies Coalition are two much more efficient methodologies for your dollar to go far when it comes to fighting for the Second Amendment. Not a paid ambassador, just really believe in the causes that they do and what they've accomplished. We also have National Association for Gun Rights saying, quote, boys, we're close to being backing 2.8 thousand likes. BH says, quote, guys, let's be serious for a second. Let's let real Donald Trump know that we support the AK guy for ATF director. He's more qualified. Everyone like this will repost and let President Trump know we're serious. They 1.1 thousand likes. Now, granted, I think the ATF should be abolished altogether because it's unconstitutional. Now, in terms of the ineptitudes of the ATF, well, they're also corrupting after law-abiding citizens and destroying their life, and they have high propensity for killing dogs. It's in their training, and they really like to do it. Look up Ruby Ridge if you want to hear more about the integrity or lack thereof of the ATF. The current head of the ATF, by the way, couldn't break down a Glock, aka he could not easily disassemble it. Which, again, a Glock is, I would argue, the most successful pistol in the modern era. It's the most common one, and it's the simplest of all firearms to break down. It takes less than, two actions. You dry fire it, pull the tab down, pull tabs. You gotta pull the trigger, you gotta pull the tabs down, you gotta pull the slide forward. What was that, 3 steps? And yet on camera, the current head of the ATF struggled for like over a minute to try to do that. It's almost as if he's never handled a gun, which heads of the ATF haven't because they don't know what they're talking about. Reese says, quote, he says, quote, what would Jesus do to 80 fans? Jesus would bless us with Brandon Herrera as the head of the ATF. He's a qualified patriot, getting 258 likes now. The meme merchant says, LFG got the ATF. The ATF says anything, and me says, you're wrong and I hate you. Getting 1,000 likes. It's a screenshot of Brandon Herrera with his gun reviews. Garrett Romy says, make both legal, and says, it's for emotional support. Sure, that's a belt-fed machine gun. They have an emotional support dog carrier around, I believe that's the M70, the Rambo one, or Rambo made it famous. I got 265 likes. Dedrick Airdrins says, quote, you're the only person I want to see that position, getting 234 likes. 9mm SMG says, I support this, getting 886 likes. Let's see here. Farmer Julie says, the director of ATF should always be a Texan, IMO, getting 501 likes. Steve Pierowski says, I can't wait to see the cursed gun images, videos that would be like you as the director of ATF. I believe there's some real cursed guns images in the ATF files. Speaking of this, when is the next CGI video game? 46 likes. Well, let's see here. Dave and Flawley says, no more dead dogs. My vote is to the the 8K guy. Getting 31 likes. Triple Cowboy says, I would love to see someone who actually understands firearms take over the agency, getting 22 likes. Let's see. Ted Smoot says, get a petition or something, getting 30 likes. Which, yeah, day one, I can't help but I can't help but think you probably go, we're no longer enforcing the NFA Act of 1934. Like, that would be pretty nice. The government just stopped enforcing that altogether. Which, that unconstitutional piece of crap. Republicans say they're pro-gun. They need to repeal that ASAP. They have all the things they need. They got the House, they got the Senate, they got the White House. Modern Republicans, you say they're pro-gun, repeal the NFA, and write to your officials on state level. Let them know you want them to repeal the NFA Act of 1934 so you can more easily buy things that are in, the constitutional sense you should be able to own easily, like suppressors, short-barrel rifles, short-barrel shotguns, machine guns, destructive devices, which right now you have to pay an extortion tax of $200 tax stamp. Thank God for inflation. Thank God for inflation this one time because that was passed in 1934. that'd be around $4,000 now. Also have to have more hoops to jump through than anything. It takes about 6 months to get back as a trust. Ridiculous. So yeah, he's saying he's open to it. A lot of people on the internet saying, they nominate him. I mean, he's one of the most pro-gun guys out there. So that'd be great. I mean, in terms of Trump really doing some radical things, it would be it. Actually, have someone pro-gun and someone who believes in the Second Amendment leading the ATF, hopefully dismantling it. But let me know. I mean, Trump's had some pretty unique appointments lately. Do you think he would go for Brandon Herrera? And I mean, do you think Republicans will really fight for gun rights? I mean, again, the NFA has been around since 1934, and they still haven't been able to repeal it. So I mean, I'm optimistic. I'm pretty pessimistic, but I mean, I want to be optimistic. And of all the times in my lifetime where I think there could be some realistic, more pro-gun things happening, I think this is it. So hopefully something happens. But let me know. Do you think we'll realistically see, more gun rights passed when Trump is in his office? Let me know your thoughts are, because as always, it'd be fascinating to hear what you have to say. Thank you, everyone, for taking the time to tune in. Again, try to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of the month, so if you can click that button, I greatly appreciate it. Also, give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, or comment. It's a great way to give me some additional feedback, letting me know how I can make the show better and better. Lastly, don't forget to take time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe and fight the good fight.